Hello guys, I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome back again to another episode. This is the Life and Times of Miss Renee YouTube channel, and you are most certainly welcome. I'm super happy to have you here. It is my pleasure. This is Miss Renee herself. Alright, so today we're gonna I'm gonna continue my story of my depression story, and I left off where I was telling you about a certain guy that, so this guy, how we met via Instagram. I just thought he had an amazing page, and I didn't take the time to verify if this person was legit or not, and I just went ahead and agreed to live with him, and I was just basically his wife. In quotes, I was doing the house chores and he was supposed to bring home the bacon. But now get this guy was in school, and up to today I am convinced that this guy was in first year, although he lied to me that he's in third year. So how I actually started to, see or speculate that this guy lied to me is that I saw his ID, simple as that. And he tried to lie to me, tried to tell me a bullshit ass story, but I just could see that he's lying. And then I told him to show me, the second ID that he claimed he had, and it had a different name, a different face. Like, he was cute, and the ID ilikuwa inaonyesha mtu sio kama ni Mkisi or Mjaka, between one, like a Luo guy or a Kisi guy, one of the two. So yeah, I lied to my parents that I'm going to live with a girl, and then I went and lived with a guy, and it didn't last long. It lasted about 2 weeks maximum, if you ask me. Like, by 2 weeks I was back home because I was like, this is a bullshit. So what happened is, I was, he asked me, what are you going to be doing with your time? And I told him, I'm going to be selling food, because I remember we were selling food with a friend of mine, and it was, going well. And so I decided, you know what, yeah, I can sell food, but at that time I didn't know how to cook all that well, but I decided I'm just going to try. So I moved all the way from where we used to live to Rongai, and let me tell you, it was the worst decision of my entire life. This was 2015 September, the worst month. Like, the year in itself was bad, but the month that really carried the weight, which had the cherry on top, was September, when I moved out. My parents were so mad at me. They were like, why are you moving out? Is there anything that you're lacking here? And then you're moving so far. You live in Utawala, then you move all the way to Langata, and it's not even that because of a job. Did you watch that video? Anyway, so the thing is, it was just a poor decision that I made. And then he started yelling at me when assuming maybe I pour tea. He's like, wewe kazi yako ni kumwaga chai. Seriously, it's the 4th day. Like, stop. It just became like really crazy. And then this guy used to apply foundation on his face. Like, seriously guys, he asked me, because he had black spots, so he asked me, what do girls use to conceal such things? And I told him, products or makeup. Then he's like, I don't want to use products, I want to use, like my creams na mafuta. He told me he doesn't want to use that. So he told me he wants foundation, and I told him, you know what, I just don't know where you can get that, as in seriously, leave me out of it. So he went and bought foundation, and he used to apply foundation on his face. He also used to blow dry his hair. He was so weird. I remember, we now started living together on like a Monday. Friday I had gone home, nikarudi home. So when I went home, my parents insisted that I come back home. Like, they really insisted. Not even begged. It was like, you have to come home. Like, you don't have a choice. So I moved back home, and another reason that made me move back home is On one of those days when I was selling food, Nikki's hawk food. Imagine, I used to cook and then pack in tins and then I go hawk, and it wasn't working out because I would sell like out of like nimepika 6 containers, guys. Even selling 3 is a problem because you see, this is a foreign place. People don't know me. They're like, who is this chick? They are taking their time to get acquainted with me. So what really pushed me to go back home is one day as I was, going around and selling the food, I encounter a guy. And then this guy, we were inside, so I was inside his shop and he had told me he can be buying food anytime that I bring. So I was like, yeah, at least I found one loyal customer. So when I took, I think the second or the third time, and which was probably the third time, which was pretty much the last time, he grabbed me. He's like, Suni hug, Suni hug. Hey, I've never been afraid for my life ever. And we're in an enclosed area, like to go to an enclosed shop. And I just pulled away and, scales dropped from my eyes and I was like, man, I have to go back home. I can't do this anymore. Like, I just have to go back home and reprogram myself and stop, doing this. And the reason why I moved out of home is because I thought that my parents would ask me because I move out of home about school, nini. Anyway, see, I got back home and it took me some time before I actually told them the truth. At first I told them I'm not graduating in 2015, I'll be graduating in 2016. But that wasn't going to be possible, and the reason being is I had 12 units. 12 units, and then the project. You really can't do all those and finish, like, it's not possible. It would take you about 2 years, so probably 2017. But now, so I did about 3 units because hata kwa bank account, kwa account ya shule ya school fees, it had money for 3 units. Then my dad now had to pay for 9 units, which he had already paid for, but because of me missing school, flaking, and because you see, sometimes lecturers use your attendance, sometimes I miss cards, sometimes I miss yeah, imagine, I used to miss his exams, the main ones. So sad. So anyway, so when at first he refused to pay because he was super mad at me, and I hadn't said that I'm gonna 12 units at first. I said I had 3. Then now I had to say the truth. Now another thing you guys need to understand is that all my friends, the people who were on the same level with my classmates, some of them from high school, some of them, and a majority of them from campus, had graduated in 2015. And it just felt like it's the end of the world, like I was never going to catch up. But I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to keep on keeping on. And then I met this new guy in a certain church. And okay, I'm going to tell you the stories of that church, so I don't want to delve much into it. So I met this guy at that church, and this guy, to be honest, he was quite responsible for boosting my self-esteem for quite some time. Like, for quite some time, he really put up with a lot of my bullshit. Like, he really did. Like, he really did a great job because he put up with a lot. I remember now we are in 2016, because this is the year that I met that guy, because I had started to go back to church. Remember when I was, okay, I know you don't remember, but so when I was dating Anthony, he became an atheist, and I was like, you know what, my boyfriend is an atheist, so I'm also going to become an atheist. And that was the time I hit rock bottom. To be honest, you might not be a believer of Christ or God as you watch these videos, and I do not, impose it on you. But to be honest, for me, when I denounced God and I acted like he doesn't exist, I had the hardest time of my entire life. that was when like things were so difficult. Like it was so difficult for me to maneuver life without God, and I just had to go back to God. And one of the ways I did it is I just started going to church, just to kind of, you know, get a footing, hear the word and all that. But that church experience is just a whole other story, my friends. So I'm just going to tell it to you in another video. So this guy, you know, I would get angry at him because I would remember things that Anthony would do to me, and like vitu kama kutoshika simu, and asiposhika simu, wow, I really had to train myself to be calm and just because you see, somebody might be busy, because this is a grown up, this is not somebody who's just sitting around and amezubatu. So I had to start training myself to, you know, kind of like take a step back. If somebody doesn't pick my call, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world, or if somebody doesn't reply my message. So I just started to train my mind, and I, you know, started to cease with the negativity, like especially like 2016 as it went on. And that really happened. That happened when, because you see, we broke up with Anthony in 2015 March, but still, like, we still saw each other for quite some time, for like almost another year. And you know, I was like, you know, we're gonna get back together, it's going to happen, it's going to work out, we are definitely on the right track. Until, you know, one day, let's call this new guy, let's call him Ben. So Ben was like, you know, you should go and ask Anthony what exactly he wants from you. Just go and question him, like ask him to come and meet you and question him. And so I asked Anthony to come, because you see, we had broken up, but we were still going back and forth for quite some time. And so I asked him what it is that he wants from me, and he just said, you know, we can't get back together, but I believe you can still be friends, nini nini. Mi nikamwambia tu, that's okay, no problem, but I promise you guys, that was the last time we actually engaged. Eventually, I just let go of Anthony, and I started to date Ben. Ben was quite instrumental in me rebuilding my self-esteem, because he always told me that I am beautiful and I look gorgeous. He would always encourage me, and he never allowed us to go to bed kama tumekosana. He never allowed it. He was like, no, we have to resolve. But you know, eventually it just became a tad bit difficult for me to continue with that relationship, because I just felt like he was always using him, helping me to, you know, regain my self-esteem and, you know, just feel like I'm valued. He would always use it. He would be like, babe, si unaona mimi ndo nilikusaidia, sasa siku hizi hata unacheka cheka, siku hizi hujama haraka, siku hizi, you know, siku hizi hata umeenda shule, uko karibu hata kumaliza, hata umemaliza. So even when I finished school, he would be like, hata sasa umemaliza, and it's because of me, nini nini. And you know, it just became like, it started to feel more like a manipulation and less of a love relationship. I just started to feel like it was more of a manipulation to stick with him, rather than, you know, me actually loving him. Like the whole time, I didn't necessarily develop emotions for him. I was like, it got to a point where I just got a wake-up call that I am playing this guy. Like, this guy, I don't really love him. Like, I'm not. So I just told him, you know what, instead of me continuing to waste your time, I think we should just go our separate ways. So we broke up with that guy in like 2019. So between 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, I really worked on regaining my self-esteem. So probably by the time 2017 was ending, I was, you know, back. I was like myself again, and I had really worked hard towards kumaliza shule. Now my goal was to graduate in 2017, but I couldn't, because I remember 2017 there was a strike which really set me back. So by the time we were finishing, by the time I was able to do my project, it was already 2018 January. So yeah, we started the project, we did it, and I was the group leader. And I even remember those guys were like, as we are working, I told them I don't care. I don't give a damn. We are not available, we can't be coming to all the meetings. I told them it's okay, don't come to all the meetings, but the work you will do it, my friends. You are not going off the hook. Just because I don't have a job doesn't mean I don't have shit to do, my friends. Like, seriously. Mi niliwakalia, nilikuwa like, no, nikawambia, the best thing I can do for you guys is I can be compiling the work, and then I take it to the lecturer so that she can correct us, because we had a female supervisor. So, and she would yell at me like, wow, Nikki, no, especially like the first days, I would call her, and saa zingine nampigia simu, then credit inaisha. She's like, how the hell can you call me without credits? What's wrong with you, young girl? The next, any time that you call somebody, can you make sure that you have credit? Hey, and like, the thing is, I'm not somebody who's going to start checking at ikawa niko na credit. Mita call tu ikikatika bahati mbaya. But then this lady was like, can you always make sure that she used to yell at me. And then she would ask me questions like, what are your variables? Do you want a what? Me, I don't know all this stuff. Whenever I used to know all this stuff, man, say, hey, me nilikuwa tu like, hey, this lady is killing me. And so I would always badger the group. I would ask them, what is this? What is the lecturer actually asking for? And we would have discussions, and we even ended up dividing the work. So I did chapter 1, and then we were 3 ladies and then 2 guys. So 2 ladies did chapter 2, then 2 gentlemen did chapter 3. And so eventually we managed to finish the project, and we managed to graduate. I believe our grades zilitokea probably like 1 or 2 weeks just before graduation. Yeah, like it was that crazy, but at least we got our marks. I got an A in my project. Hey, msinione hivi. But I'm not a dumb person. It's just that I have a very bad decision-making streak of not being serious with life. Anyway, guys, hey, this is my dream, guys. Like, I'm living my dream life when it comes to my hair. I always wanted long hair, but now I didn't know how to grow it, but now it's just working out. Like, things are just moving in the right direction. By the time it got to 2019, my self-esteem was fully back. I was feeling good about myself, always, feeling great about myself. By the time 2019 was coming, I was feeling so good about myself. Like, I was feeling like a very different person. And I just decided, first of all, I just need to be alone. I need to be single. I need the freedom. And so I broke up with that guy. I broke up with Ben, and I told him, I just need some time alone. I need to be alone. I've been alone ever since. Yes, nimekuwa na tu escapades hapa na pale, but hey, I'm telling you, kupata mtu huku nje, bala, tabu, shida tupu, the ghetto, you are to the ghetto. It is the ghetto. Now, 2020, when it started, is when my anxiety kicked in. Stay tuned. Bye, and thanks for watching today's episode. Please like, comment, share, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. God bless you all.